Yay Media Group.
When I think about our guests, booked and unbothered are two words that literally sit with me. And so please welcome to HighKey, the absolutely fabulous, the low-key controversial, not even low-key, high-key controversial, Willam.
Yeah.
Hi, bitch, what, my IKEA bag?
Speaking of booked.
All about Yvie.
My sister, the author.
Yes!
Have you read it yet?
Oh, bitch.
No, so we were literally just talking about how she read it.
These are all things I need to talk to you about, all the dog tag page.
Yeah. I don't even remember any of that.
We got references. I know you didn't write it, bitch.
Okay, first things first. When's the last time y'all saw each other?
I have no idea. Honestly, I went back through my head. I'm like, every interaction I've had with her is positive. But I don't even know if we've met in person.
So that's the thing is, I feel like we've, I will remember because I am the younger Drag Race queen.
Okay.
And by that, I mean, like, you know how
I'm in my 40s, you're in your 20s.
I don't know. I was just going to mean like, when a bitch gets on the show before you and you're like, wow, that bitch who I looked up to or whatever. I mean, maybe you don't because you only had a couple bitches before you, but.
Well, Jinx tells me that I was the first drag queen that she saw on TV on a TV show called Street Smarts.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. honestly, I have that same experience where like before Drag Race, like I just remember putting on ticked off trannies with knives.
Yes.
And being like, that is one busted bitch.
She's doing it on purpose.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. That was my best. I thought I was gorgeous. And then the last day of filming, Alexis Davenport says, Willam, come here, come sit by me. And I think she's going to like say something nice. She's like, I'm going to fix your nose so it doesn't ruin my movie. And I was like, a Davenport. So
that does get very Davenport.
She did. But that movie is so great. And I didn't realize all those years that I was working as an actor on these shows that I was getting booked because I was the Brick Brigade.
Yeah.
And I could tell the story. They could tell, oh yeah, her. Yeah. And it worked for the transphobia aspect of it.
Well,
honestly.
I was going to say, honestly, it like really did play a lot in because now half of these movies clearly would not, should not be made or whatever.
Absolutely.
But for me, it was just really cool to see, even if it was really bad caricatures, but like just to see like transness, to see like drag, to see these people having. And so when I saw you on Drag Race, like popping your shit, being like, yeah, I've actually worked. I was like, ooh, but she has though.
Well,
I mean, Jiggly knew. Jiggly and I had our big break from the same person, Ryan Murphy. So when she called me and she told me she got on that show, I was just like, I know Our Lady J played a big part of it too, because she was a writer on it and loved Jiggly. But I was so excited for Jiggles because she called me and she's like, she said something and I was like, give me your address. And I sent her flowers and it just said, you must have a television. I was like, congratulations on Pose. Like, she's just so, Ryan gave so many of us shots and Nip Tuck was one of the first times I ever played a character that wasn't a hooker. He's like, no, she's a bartender. Yeah. I was like, I don't have to work my looks no more.
Oh, that's also the thing, right? Like you were a part of, when you got onto Drag Race, it was sort of just like, okay, I'm doing this. It wasn't like it was going to make you because you were already made.
Well, it definitely, I wouldn't be here now without it. But like, I literally went on because I was told that I wasn't going to be seen for an acting project because I wasn't a name. And they were already seeing, what's her name? Caitlin Crocker. And back when she was Leave Britney Alone and Shangela. So I was like, oh, I need to go on Drag Race. And then a week later, after I had that conversation with my agent, Chanel Perillo from Drag Race casting called me and said, you should make a tape. Make a tape. We want one. I was like, oh, okay.
That's kind of wild because I do feel like there was this era where going on Drag Race still wasn't necessarily something that was like gonna break into the mainstream world.
Nobody knew. The first season they asked me to make a tape and I was like, why? I'll just come to the office and Well, no. I had booked dancers for them for years at that office. I had done a Bravo show called Show Dogs, Moms and Dads, where I sang Supermodel because they couldn't license the song for their own show because Rue doesn't own the rights to it. So they had me come in and parrot it for $50.
Word.
Because I can do that. And I did. So they had known me. The dancer booking with them I'd been doing since like 2005.
Yeah.
So I knew Theron for years, back when he was actually fun.
Do you when you look back at it now, and yes, I guess you wouldn't have such longevity if it wasn't for the show in a way, but I think you still would have. I wonder, do you wish you just skipped it altogether?
No,
Knowing
absolutely
what you know
not.
now.
I met Rue in 2007 when I did a show called Another Gay Movie. It was a sequel. I was a flight attendant with Amanda Lepore, and Rue was one of the passengers, and we were told, don't speak to her, don't bother her, don't instigate all that stuff. And like, she was nice to me because she knew me from the parties, and she always had nice things to say about my outfit. So I was like, I'm not afraid of her. And, and it was fine. So when I got to her show, it was one of those, oh, her. So it wasn't like, I'm really glad I did it, but I don't think that, I think it was because of the time I did it, and it was still new, and I was able to self-produce myself without anybody realizing it until it was all too late.
Yeah, because you were we were just talking.
I knew I was going to leave. I had an out date. You don't go into a reality show with a hard out. Not many people do, but I had my own plan and I executed it.
So wait, you saying you had your own plan to get disqualified?
I knew I was going to do something to let me go by August 21st because I had to be in New York for August 25th for a show with Danny Francesi, who was a wow kid, party monster, all that. He was at the wet t-shirt contest. He was literally like, you should stay. I was like, no, I'll be in New York because this was the Fringe Festival. I thought it was going to go to Broadway, this show called Jersey Shoresicle. So I knew I had 3 weeks there to make my mark. And if they didn't send me home because I kept breaking rules and telling them, I was going to hit a girl. And then they have to send you home because insurance.
But I have to rewind back to Jersey Shoresicle for 1 second because, girl, that is...
I'm doing an interview. I'll call you later. I love
you. it's Willam's mama on the phone. Hi, Willam's mom.
Okay.
We have a thing called Willam Wednesday where she calls me every Wednesday.
Oh, that's so cute.
It used to be for my dog Warner, but he died. So I'm like, I get the day now.
Wow. not you getting in line after that other bitch is dead.
First bitch.
HighKey. That's so interesting because it's like, you were one of the first queens. We were just talking about the ways that the queens now know how to break the fourth wall. And I feel like you were already doing that. And maybe it's because of your history with being on camera and being like a working entertainer. But I guess like, do you think they still have the smoothness that I think you had it? Like, it's more obvious. Would you agree?
When I was there and I was trying to do stuff, I told cameraman, I'm going to loop around this table, walk around Jiggly and come back. And that's my one. That's where I'm starting. They're like, you can't tell us what to do. I'm like, I'm just telling you that if you film this, you'll probably have a good moment of TV. and that's where like the, nurse, that came out. And I was right. They had a great moment. And I'm like, let's work together, create good TV.
We were bringing it up in a meeting before this. Bitch, you own a company. You built an entertainment like thing. At least co-built it. At least your name's on a check. So like, I'm kind of curious how you put that together. Well, the character at least is.
Tell us about Willam Barbie, like businesswoman Barbie.
I think that I'm not a character. I'm me. People tend to think I go for a dumb blonde angle, but I don't. I go for an honest blonde angle.
No, girl, I was just calling you trashy without calling you trashy. I'm like, bitch, this bitch was trashy.
There's a dumb blonde in the room. Because it is
trashy. These are Balenciaga. This is from Pat Fields. These are Versace. Well, this one.
Oh my God.
How dare you? These are Area.
I know that's right. She said,
baby,
you call me trashy.
I'm mixing metals.
But you are really like a business.
Office Depot.
You have really
my dick looks huge when I take selfies with that.
Does it?
Yeah, it's all about scale.
Okay.
Oh my God.
But you have actually really built a business.
Which one?
For yourself. That's what I'm saying, right? Like,
I had the dancer business, which I'm starting to do again. It's called Box Meet, where I book Go-Go Boys. We do like 20 clubs a night, basically, in SoCal, Vegas. All the Go-Go Boys, because it's herding cats, so you need someone to do it.
But like, how do you balance this? Because you know, like one half of our job is like giving out our energy, is like going out and being like, yes, I'm the life of the party, or I'm the life of the drag queen story hour, whatever. And then the other half of it that I don't think people get a lot of acknowledgement for is that like we're all up in our emails where we're like, at least I think I have a schedule somewhere. I haven't really looked at it. I don't know where my phone is, but like, how do you balance both? Because when I'm saying like you're trashy, you're chaotic, I mean, you are like an old fashioned drag queen, like where we had personalities and souls before we had looks.
Oh yeah.
Check out.
Yes.
Take
That's
out
actually
trannies
what made
with
you
knives again.
famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was really good in the room, and that's how I got a lot of jobs. People wanted to work with me. I remember a Criminal Minds audition. I was walking out of the room and they were like, thank you. And I was like, I'll see you on set. And they told me that when I got on set, the director came up and he's like, we all turned to each other and we were like, he's right. 2 episodes later, I booked. And it was like one of those things where I think that if you believe it enough and drink the delusion and have a little bit of luck and some talent and you're nice to people, you might get somewhere. And I was lucky that there weren't that many people trying when I was trying at first. And I just think I had the audacity to hit record and do my own stuff when other people wouldn't do it. And I found YouTube at the right time. But I think the business stuff with the podcasting and everything, that was just, what did I want to hear in my voice? And I was like, I would love nothing more than to sit in a dressing room between the Dream Girls dressing room, like with Delta and Raja. So that's how that came about.
Yeah.
And then Manila and Latrice's podcast came about because when we started doing our podcast, we did it for free the first season. And then we saw my agent at Gersh tried to see if anybody would buy it. We found one person who bid. It's now that one person, Forever Dogs, highest rated show. So, and they do a lot of great shows. They do Julie Klausner's, they do Raven Simone's show. They do great podcasts. So I'm told. I don't listen. But based on our success there, they were like, if you double it and do 2 podcasts a week, your ads. I was like, oh, okay. And then they're like, do you got any friends? And we were like, oh, we could produce stuff for our friends and make money off of their ads too. Because we're kind of like pyramid scheming now. Well, not. We're producing.
I was gonna say, it's giving Mary Kay.
Yeah.
All of capitalism. Listen,
her first dragon was Avon something.
It was my first.
She likes
that
the
is
bees.
so sick. This bitch actually read my book and dog tagged it.
You know, I mean, we could be fans of each other.
Yes.
And it not be corny.
I know, it's just super true. It's just wild because I know the drag I do is for a lot of people intentionally. And legit, you were talking about how you probably couldn't think of the last time we met. I am such a love hater of Willam and always have been.
Was I nice to you the first time or not nice? And
it's been flip floppy, but it literally doesn't matter. My first interaction was with you. No, because I was working the nightclubs.
Were you tracks? Yeah, I was at her clubs for years, probably before.
Yeah, so one of the times we had Willam, she was everything. Everyone was like, la, 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 la. And I don't even remember the beef with the last time. I just remember she was drunk and somebody else was annoyed. And I was like,
depends on the year. I stopped drinking in 2014 because I couldn't remember doing something and I saw a video of it and I was like, that can't happen again.
I think that was the year that
probably, yeah. No, I just stick to drugs.
Well, I see, that's why I'm like, it's so interesting the fact that you still get booked because you also are so controversial. I know you've called it truth telling, but are there things that you regret doing, and what comes to your mind when you say yes? I'm always like, oh, you're meant for whatever, blah 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 blah. There's one thing I regret. I was on a movie in Croatia. It's one of these things that I have to own up to every time. If I could be arguing the best point, 7 years ago, authentic, everything's right, and then someone's like, well, you did blackface in 2008. Remember that one time? Well, yeah.
I was like, yeah. And so I'll own up for it every time and apologize every time because my gratitude that I still have a career while others have been canceled so quickly is because I feel like I have to own up to it every time and show white people that, someone's pain is not for anybody's pleasure ever when you're the oppressor like that. And I have to dismantle it. And this is my way of dismantling it by talking about it and showing people that you're more than your worst moment and you can do stuff and prove yourself and do better. This sounds stupid, but for the past 2 years, I've read only Black authors.
Wow.
I've supported different GoFundMe. My Patreon has been Bob and Monet since the start. I try to put my money where my mouth is and do good work. And with Mom, we've raised over $270,000 for BLM, for trans girls housing, for lots of stuff that I was like, people want to watch us play games during COVID, whatever. We're going to make money for people using our platform instead of just soaking up all this ad money. Let's give it to people who fucking need it. And drag is based on Black trans women.
Right.
All the stuff, all our lingo, everything good comes from that kind of, in my opinion. I'm sure good things come from other places too. But whatever. But I think talking about it, it's the only real thing where I'm like, I've had some shitty music. I've had really great music though too. Like I'm
that
trying.
Boy as a Bottom is just.
Yeah, I'm trying. Thick Thighs with Latrice. That's my one. I try to think of. Look over there. I'm twerking. I didn't do breakfast. See, twerking came from everything.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to like talk about it and be accountable, and it's probably the only thing I wish.
So does that mean you're going to stop publicly talking about how much you hate RuPaul?
I don't publicly hate RuPaul. That's a misnomer.
People think that.
It's more nuanced than that. And if I can tell you don't listen to my podcast.
No,
It's definitely more nuanced.
You do. Then you know I like her. And I give props to her all the time.
But Willam, you're on the same internet that I am.
It'd be a little tone deaf sometimes.
And I know that like we both have the same reputation. I feel like anybody who has ever like spoken out like at all in a negative light, whether it be like about the show or about RuPaul, like you do get hit with this like hard. Yeah, well, why is this bitch biting the hand? And the longer that like you ever have had something to say, the like more people like directly like swallow our content, being like, oh, I just know that I bet you there's some bitches. This is for you bitches in the comments right now. Yes. I already know that you're being like, oh, I logged out after 5 seconds. Then how are you seeing this? Because you're seeing two RuPaul haters sitting here saying that neither of us hate RuPaul.
And I know you don't hate RuPaul. I want to be clear about that.
Yeah, when you said it was tone deaf, I was like, I'd love to explain it more in the fact that like I am so grateful for her, RuPaul, the star, and every door and everything she's done. RuPaul Andre Charles, the person, has mistreated many of my friends badly enough that I'm in the opinion that I am not a good fit for her, and not everybody's for everybody. She's not for me. She probably doesn't even think about me for her, but who cares? The last time she saw me, she definitely raised her voice.
Did she?
Yeah.
When was the last time she saw you?
Last time she saw me was outside World of Wonder, and she gave me a up down in her car as she drove by, and I yelled at her to go visit Matthew, one of our friends who she fired and then was in a hospital 5 months later and never got up or out. So I don't hate RuPaul. I constantly praise her on my podcast. I do call her to task as jokes sometimes, but there's only like 2 things I really disagreed with her doing. And that was not letting trans people on the show and actively screening for it with casting people saying, does she have tits? She can't. Hide your trans, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to ever pretend I didn't do that. And then the fracking stuff is funny too. And then when she put up the transportation flag for trains. That's tone deaf.
I said she is so, she is problematic, but
that's an age thing too. She doesn't know Bing, Google, whatever she's looking up. But I don't hate RuPaul, and we're throwing a party for Precinct for her birthday, November 17th, because we're raising money for Precinct.
Are you over that narrative?
Yeah, are you over the bullshit narrative?
No, I don't care. People are going to talk about what they want, but I don't mistake their digital access for correctness. Just because they can say it to me doesn't mean I care. Why do I care? What I focus on what the people who see me and love me want to do, because that's money in the bank for me. If I try to please everybody, including these people that don't like me, I'm spending a lot of effort and not getting anything back. So I'm not doing that. I won't fight with every single person on the internet anymore about if I like RuPaul or not. If you watch the show, you know it's more nuanced than that. Yeah. And every time I check into a hotel, do you want to come to my hotel? But we can't sing that anymore. We can't sing that. I can't get pissed on without thinking of,
Yeah, please.
Like, it's more nuanced than that. But if someone says it on a podcast, and people might think, oh, I'm going to reroute that narrative.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry, girl. We're not going to twist your words out. And then you see like the edit for this week. I hate
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. HighKey. Speaking of our doorbells, we actually do have a really great guest joining us today.
I'm so excited.
I was looking at her more and more on her Instagram because I haven't really done a deep dive, and I'm not really like a Dragula girl as much as I want to be, and I should probably be. But y'all look so much alike. It's kind of fucking insane.
I'm so glad you said it, because I when I first saw Jay Kay, he and I, it's like seeing when Tia and Tamara did The Parent Trap. I know this is completely made up, but when they were like, oh my God, are we both British? And then, I'll save more, but I'm so excited because I actually have my former Brooklyn neighbor, Jay Kay. We're going to be talking, we're going to be gawking, and we're going to be comparing how exactly we're alike. So,
can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah, stay tuned and get this explicit nipple description.
Oh my goodness, get out of here. We'll be back. Okay, we're back with an icon, a legend. Jay Kay, y'all, is a Brooklyn-based, well, actually now Chicago-based, demon monster clown known for their colorful, cartoonish, and punk rock drag. Recognized for competing on the Boulay Brothers Dragula Season 5 and Titans, which honestly cannot wait to talk more about because they were runner-up on that show. They are the first contestant in Dragula history to be resurrected after being eliminated first, bringing a quite chaotic and, just high energy performance. Like, please welcome Jay Kay. Hi.
Good morning. And that's why they were eliminated. Y'all heard that, right? They already hate our voices. I said they already hate our voices. That was the worst good morning you could give. You really are a monster.
I really want to come out the gate swinging. I'm like, if you don't like the good morning, you're gonna hate the next hour or so.
No, because the crazy thing is, Jay, I'm like known for like loving hating clowns and actually being terrified of clowns. But you just seem so comforting. Like if you were like my sleep paralysis demon, I would be like, so are you going to stay or?
The problem is I did the spooky show and I realized very quickly, I put in these like big fat contacts and like, especially the big scleras. And I'm like, ooh, I'm a demon. But I look at myself and like, there's a little meme called the autism monster with just two big black eyes. And I'm like, I just look cute as a butt. I can't be spooky. I've tried my best. I'm just precious.
You know what's interesting about that is, as a fan and viewer of the Boulay Brothers Dragula, I would say that actually was something that at least got relayed through your story the first time, like your first run through on Dragula season 5, right?
Like me being adorable?
Like, well, they called it annoying, but you actually, bitch, you called it annoying more than anyone else. Like, I know editing, blah, 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 but like out of the gate, you were like, good morning, I'm JK and I'm annoying. And I was like, bitch, stop trying to be annoying.
I wasn't trying to be. I was just using the fat Amy method. You remember Pitch Perfect? She was like, I'm going to call myself fat before you skinny bitches get a chance. I'm like, if I call myself annoying, oh, guess what? Fans are on Reddit and shit being like, JK's so insufferable. JK's annoying. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so does it bounce off of you? Because I actually did the same thing with my name, like Yvie Oddly. I came in being like, oh, I'm gonna be a weirdo, and I was kind of hiding behind that shell for like a good half of my life. But especially by the time I hit Drag Race, I was like, girl, I am not even weird. Have you guys seen Dragula? That shit exists. Okay.
Well, I always wonder what makes you, because I mean, Dragula season 5, it's already, Drag Race is already in the sort of cultural zeitgeist, whatever. I always wonder what makes a queen sort of choose their own adventure. Like, why choose the Dragula route? Did you always kind of know you wanted to be this version of JK that we're seeing now and that you introduced the world to?
No, this was all an accident. And I mean that, yeah. This was all just a long series of mistakes and fucking around that just happened to work out. No, I think I don't know if I can say this. I'm going to say it anyway. I don't care. Hi, Boulez.
Say it. We can edit it out if it's worth.
No.
I would do Drag Race now that I'm a little more settled into myself and who I am. But I do think...
Oh, she says now that I've seen myself on TV and know how to be pretty.
Yeah.
Right?
Now that I've
like you're
done
gorgeous.
My trial runs. But like similar to what Yvie was saying, like you walked on to season 11, hinga-dinga-durga, I'm different. But what I appreciate about Dragula and why I ultimately chose this path was everyone's a little hinga-dinga-durga different. And I knew I wouldn't be put into a stereotype, or I wouldn't be positioned as, oh, she's the weird one. I would be in a sea of weird ones, and I would get to thrive more as myself and the character I created. And even through season 5, I think, so like, again, similar to you, I had my walls up. I was like, I'm going to play up this character. I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to fight. I'm going to be insufferable. The second time around, I was just like, I'm comfortable. I'm going to respond how I feel. I'm going to talk my shit where I feel like it's necessary. I didn't think I had anything to prove. I was just there to have a good ass time. And again, I accidentally made the finale. Whoops.
I mean, I do think you did have something to prove. You like, because the way you came out for all of those floor shows proved that you had been in the comments section on your original season. You were like, oh, these kids hate my cardboard. Your looks came and they were stamped with revenge. They were like, oh yeah, my looks are ugly and crafty. And you literally have like weird, like one of a kind, like hand encrusted pieces every fucking week. So as like a fan from afar who appreciates like intention as much as I do chaos, I want to say thank you for showing your full ass self.
Thank you. And Ryan, I'm so sorry you have to be in the room. I'm so sorry we're going to cuck chair you for 10 seconds. But
no, please.
I'm going to suck Yvie's digital dick because season 11 was before I started drag. And like truly the first time I was like, and we've already gotten this on Reddit. We've gotten the comparisons. And then we took that picture together where we stuck our tongues out and I was like, oh, we do look like cousins. Whoops.
Yes!
I mean, we both do have those tongues. Like how long does that tongue go?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know if I'm uncomfortable or.
It really was the first time I saw myself like light skin, insufferable, bold, like wanting to do something colorful and different and willing to fight Silky Nutmeg Ganache. I'm like, all things I want to do someday. I'm going to get in the war with Silky. I'm manifesting that.
When was the first time, like how old were you when you first got into drag?
Got into it. I was in college. I want to say like 19. I had just come out. I was like literally doing my faggot research to be like, can I say research?
Yes.
We actually just call it the R word now.
So I was doing my faggot R word and I was like, okay, I am gay now. What am I supposed to do? So I started watching Drag Race from the beginning. And I was like, this is fun. This is nice. Got really into it. And then my friend was like, well, there's another show because I caught up quick. I'm a binge watcher. I put that shit on and I don't move. And they're like, there's another show. They just have like, they're releasing a new series on YouTube, but they have one season out. It's called Dragula. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Jank, evil, awful. It literally sounds like it was recorded on a tape recorder that was lost on the Titanic.
I mean, we all go through that. we all go through those first ugly phases of life.
But it was fucking magical. So I got into drag early-ish. And then I moved to Brooklyn after I graduated when I was 21. And I was a photographer just for funsies. And that's how I made friends. I would bring my camera to the club. I would take photos of the drag queens there. And me not knowing anybody, I was like, oh my God, you were so good. Do you want these pictures? Follow me on Instagram. Do you want to hang out sometime?
Smart. What's your sign?
Cancer.
Oh, you are quite a demon. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Cancer Sun, Gemini Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Venus, Cancer Mercury. It's a lot of Cancer.
For real?
That explains why you be cussing everybody out like that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And I just thought you were like a sopping, wet, emotional mess because you got bullied. No, girl, it is in her soul.
No, I need you to know.
She has feelings.
That's what was hard about reality TV for me because I was like, oh, I'm supposed to have a sob story, but shit. I have a loving, supportive mother. I was very popular in high school. I came out a little late. Got a boyfriend in 10 seconds. I have this ass and a dick that won't quit. My life's been good.
Yeah, like there's nothing really to complain about. Like I'm not the it gets better story.
No. Sometimes it's just always fine.
Our God is an awesome God. I'd say it's like gotten even better than fine. I actually have like a very curious question because I know you're on tour right now with the Boulay Brothers and
say hi to Daharia.
Oh no! Oh, not us catching this behind the sneak peek. Put it on Reddit. Was that Thigh?
You're on tour.
Yeah, you're on tour. I'm gonna ask you the interview question that I hate getting the most, which is like, what dreams may come? What would you like to see yourself doing, or what's something that like you would do if you had a free day and all the resources in the world?
Quit drag, go the testicle route, get really hot, show hole on Twitter.
I mean, you could literally do all of that right now.
Yeah, girl.
But my rule is I'm going to actually quit drag when I stop having fun. Unfortunately, playing dress up for money is a lot of fun. No, I think
right.
The tour is happening now. And then after this, I can confidently say I'm leaving my Dragula competing in the past. Very happy, very proud. I don't see myself competing again, but never say never. I'm like, if they ask and I'm in a mood.
HighKey.
Oh my God, so our guest today, literally, I'm so excited to have. She's been on our wish list since we kind of started HighKey. We were just trying to figure out what, when, and where, and how we were going to make sure we saw this face. The legend, the prettiest girl we probably know. Besides you, of course. Psych. Naomi Smalls, welcome to HighKey.
Oh, thank you. So we also get told we look a lot like each other.
It's true.
Girl,
we
it's
must
just y'all
both be
being
the
light
prettiest.
skinned. That's really it.
It's like
You're
light
probably
skin
actually
and
not
like 8 feet. We're like light skin and 8 feet tall. It's like when you see like two trees next to each other, you're not going to be able to be like, oh yeah, that one's an elm. It's just like, yeah, no, they're both Naomi V.
Which I love because I guess when I think of you both, like, I guess I never really think of you being like as close as you all low-key are. Like you spend so much time in Vegas. Y'all toured together. Like how have y'all seen each other since? Like what's been going on? Like how's life?
We weren't supposed to see each other recently.
Yeah. Have you talked about that?
Yeah.
Or can you talk about that?
I can say, of course, that I was supposed to be in Australia, and unfortunately, I fucked up my visa, so I have visa issues, so I did not get to see my twin.
I was like so excited to.
She was like the first text I read when I landed. She was like, "Yes, Diva, we're gonna fuck some shit up. This is great."
I know. I mean, whenever Yvie and I feel like Vegas is probably when we got pretty close.
Yeah,
because y'all did the reality show, and y'all were the inaugural cast of the. No,
oh my God, what a fancy way of saying.
Yeah,
I'm like we were the first bitches.
I can't do that, but y'all were like the first cast.
Yeah, we were,
and
like one of the longest.
How was that time in Vegas with each other? I mean, because not only that, y'all were doing the show, but the reality show. Like, how was that for you?
I mean, it feels like that was like a really huge chunk of our drag, at least for me, it feels like a huge chunk of our drag lives because we started in 2019, like in fall, hearing about it. And then we moved there winter 2019. And then we were starting the show like early 2020. And then the show got put on pause because of COVID. But we were kind of always on pause because we didn't know when we were going back.
Yeah, like we left. Did you leave things there? Because I left like most of my wardrobe there. Like, they gave us one day to go back to the casino.
Oh, yeah.
And like pick our shit up. And like I packed up one suitcase moving through that ghost town casino being like, nobody is ever going to see Vegas like this.
I wish I had a film crew with me when I went to go pick up my stuff because it was like, I Am Legend. Like the strip was like empty. There was no other cars on the strip. Wow. Like there was like one person from like the hotel working in security that would let you in. Like it was
the
not
lights
open
were
at
off
all.
in a casino. That is a trippy thing.
Were y'all like regretting the fact that y'all had just signed on to do this thing? Because like I'm like it felt like bad timing, right? Like were you like fuck now I'm stuck?
I didn't regret
in Vegas of all places.
I was so happy to do Vegas. I think what I regret, and maybe I hope at this point VH1 regrets, like doing the TV show at the same time as the show opening. I think, yes, it caused a lot of like drama of like, it caused us a lot of stress because we were learning the show, but we were also like competing on, or not competing, like participating in a reality show. But I think if they would have brought the cameras when we already knew the show and we were like 2 weeks in, it could have been a little bit more glamorous.
I mean,
and
like
that's when we were actually fighting, like real life fighting when the cameras were not there. And I think that they would have caught that too.
Yeah,
so. It was unfortunate. I just don't think also they had some dreams of the type of reality TV that like could be produced because the way they told it to me is they were like, yeah, it's gonna be like a Real Housewives sort of deal, and I was like, I've never lived anywhere but Colorado my whole life. So like, I don't know these bitches. I guess I have to hang out with them. Also in drag when we're, for the first time in my life, working what is the equivalent of a day job. Cause we have we had our little 9 to 5, like 4 or 5 days a week.
That's always what I tell people. Like any queen going to the Vegas show, I'm like, it's the closest thing to a 9 to 5 you can have. And
did you hate it?
I love like routine.
Yeah.
Like I was there, like the moment they opened up that showroom, I was there like painting.
What's your sign?
Psychopath.
A Virgo.
Psychopath. Literally every day.
We're both Virgo. Like, right?
No.
I'm right on the
You're like a
cusp.
Yeah.
That's right. You're a
I'm a
cusp.
July Leo, August Leo.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
No, and she always like tries to like bump me into the Virgo one. She's like, wait, Yvie, this is what it would look like if you had a nice wig that was made for your head. And I'm like, oh, I am really pretty.
I do say August Leos are Timu Virgos.
Ah.
I do feel like they're I do feel like they are almost there, but they're just not there yet.
Oh, that's also like how I show love. Is I'm like, oh, what if we try this wig today?
It's so cute.
Here's a pair
Honestly,
of contacts. You know,
I
like,
think that's why you're the most likable. Because we were talking about this interview, and I was like, Naomi, there's a difference between like a Violet and a Naomi. Like people like think Violet is just bitchy, but Naomi, I feel like they think she's bitchy, but she's so nice and likable that they love her when she does it.
that is definitely something you have to like disarm people with. I think like looking striking, it breeds a lot of like prejudice. Thought.
automatically.
Like I'm not gonna go into Sweetie and be like with the pretty privilege of it all. Anything like
Great,
that.
we get it, you're pretty.
But like I understand like I fascinate over RuPaul, like I'm not gonna assume that RuPaul is gonna be like so fucking sweet to me.
Yeah.
But like when you're in close quarters, like I feel like it's just nicer to be sweet.
I also, you say that, but I also just feel like you're a better person than Violet.
No, oh my God. I think maybe I'm easier to get the sweet side of. But like once you really know Violet, she was so sweet.
Oh, I don't want to get to know her that deeply. Girl, I watched her yell at a bunch of local queens for being in her trailer, and I'm like, it's their trailer too, girl.
So season 8, you were the youngest queen on your season, which is so interesting now because I think to think about drag now, you're like the low-key one of the blueprints for what we see on mainstream Drag Race and Drag Race currently. How have you kind of reflected about your time being on the show, and then also, girl, you know, like Nikki says, all these bitches is your sons.
Yeah, the legacy you left.
Like
The literal legacy you left.
No, there's definitely been girls on the show now who have way longer legs than I do.
Oh, absolutely.
Way longer legs.
Well, yeah, because they keep looking for like us plus ones, girl. That's how it works. Like I went on being like, ooh, I'm gonna be the bendiest bitch. I'm gonna flip around these hoes, and then they like followed me a couple seasons later with like Maya Amon LePage, literally just to force that bitch to backflip. They were like, do another one. You haven't hit Yvie's level yet. Do another one.
No, I love was honestly seeing drag just constantly. I always feel like I can see what we've done in those early seasons and like seeing the girls either take it and twist it and put it on its head or pay respect to that.
Yeah.
I do think it is a crazy show to do when you were so young.
Girl.
Like it's
absolutely.
I think about you all the time with that actually, because we're for all intents and purposes, we're like the same age, like so close. And I got on that show like 3 or 4 or 5 years after you, and I started auditioning around when you were on. And when I saw you on, I was so upset because I was like, well, fuck, there goes my spot. They're going to never choose a skinny, young, brown, white thing again.
Brown, white.
Yeah, brown, white. At that time, they probably wouldn't have.
Brown, white. So what I said back then, if you were a black girl, you were literally cast to be like, bitch, I'm from Chicago. Like, and if you didn't fit into that stereotype.
Yeah.
You probably weren't getting on the show. But I will say, I always think about it because when I was young trying to get on the show, it seemed like something I had to get done. Like I had to do it, which I did because of my body. However, I always think on the flip side about you, who's like been in this industry, been in this world. Can you speak a little bit about like what it was like to start so young, to be a part of all of this, to spend your 20s?
21 is crazy.
As a famous person.
I mean, not even. I'm like just so thankful that like I started drag so early. I mean, I think honestly started drag in like high school because I was going to high school. I wasn't obviously in the wigs and the lashes and the contacts and stilettos and all, but I was like still wearing like 5-inch Rick Owens knockoff chunky heels and like doing my eyebrows and painting my nails. And I think that's like kind of like when my drag really started. But finding like a competition, like those cities that actually let you do drag when you're 18 and up, and like having that competition that I was doing was like so helpful to like even those 2 years get somewhat good at drag before auditioning for Drag Race.
I mean, you were really good. And I know that's the thing that especially you beauty queens love to look back on and be like, oh, look at my ugly, crunchy brows. Why did I ever think blue eyeshadow was a thing that worked? But the thing is, your ugly, crunchy brows, your blue eyeshadow.
Like, she was wearing them yesterday.
It literally did change lives. It changed perspectives for me. You represented a like youth having a place in this drag conversation where I had already seen a pattern of like, you have to know the 80-year-old bitch references.
Why did you audition? Why did you like decide that was the time? Like, were you just like hungry and just like, fuck it, why not?
When I was when I got casted, I was like doing hair at the same time. I had my mom pretty much gun to my head. She was like, you cannot not go to college.
Yeah.
Or like not do something. So she like pretty much made me go to cosmetology school. And I just hated it. I just like hated.
Which is crazy to me because that's like a structure thing and like also beauty. Like I would assume you would have loved it.
Like I love hair. Like I love hairstyles and I love wearing the wigs and all that jazz. But like
the doing it.
She like, I'm not trying to be at Paul Mitchell School of Cosmetology.
It's not even so much my mom even like, she did the fancier one. She got me classes at like White House Sassoon and everything. Like she was like wanting me to be the best version of a little gay boy I could be.
Yeah.
And I chose the wigs and the lashes over like a job skill. I graduated and I worked behind the chair. I just like that fear of someone like turning around after I just like gave them a transformation and them hating it really stopped me from like leaning into cosmetology.
That's kind of wild considering like how well you performed at these makeover challenges on the show. Like how well you did at transforming somebody into a member of your drag family and making them feel so good.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the same power that you gave to me. Legitimately, you were like one of the first people to like push me to start doing things that were out of my comfort zone. And that's so rare.
Oh, I love that.
Like I got on Drag Race and immediately became a pads bitch and was like, oh God, I have to be pretty in pads and this. And you were like, no, you don't. Wear your natural body. And I was like, but I look like a man. And you were like, it's okay. Just turn to the side.
As long as you wear a belt, anything's possible.
HighKey. HighKey.
Ryan, what are you HighKey about this week?
Okay, so I am not sure if I have talked about this person on as my HighKey yet, but if I did, who cares? She's deserving. I am talking about a new artist. Her name is Momo Boyd. She is this like incredible folk R&B Americana singer that is like sort of new on the scene. She comes from a sibling band, Infinity Song, where it's literally her siblings are all in a band together, and they just did a Tiny Desk because they have a new project dropping, I believe, soon. They just dropped a new single. But Momo is sort of becoming like a breakout star in that group because she's just one. Her vocals are just insanely like heart-wrenching and just they do something to you. But then also like she just put out this like 7-track project, and I've just been intoxicated with her voice. Like she's one, it's just everything. A Black girl singing folk Americana music is everything I've needed in my life. But then also she ends her EP with like an R&B track because I think it's like a response to everyone being like, well, why isn't she singing sort of R&B music? And it's just like, what is her range? And I'm like, she's literally showing you her incredible range in this album. And I want everyone to go listen to it. It's called Miss Michigan.
Miss Michigan.
And it's just so good. One of my favorite tracks on that album is Cold Hands, and it's the opening track. She sort of went viral because she was on Colors. You know that YouTube show that
that has colors.
Yeah. She had like an incredible moment where she performed Cold Hands, and I think it just like opened everyone's eyes, being like, who is this fucking like new it girl?
Was it because her hands were so cold they went from black to blue?
I don't know.
I just think Colors needs to step it up more. But Momo Boyd, right?
Momo Boyd. Everyone check her out. I'm obsessed. What are you HighKey about?
Okay. I've got another double movie feature because we had a bisexual movie night here a couple nights ago.
Okay, what does that entail? Like challengers?
I guess challengers would fit in that too. Yeah, it's just like movies that trigger bisexual feelings. So things that could fit in that are like challengers and like Rocky Horror. You know, anything that makes you go like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was specifically because like one friend hadn't seen one movie and Doug hadn't seen the other. So my HighKey this week is the bisexual double feature of Jennifer's Body.
Yes. Okay.
Which I think everybody, like every gay needs to go back and like rewatch and be like, oh yeah, that's right. Camp existed before my like teenage brain could understand it. I just thought this was like Megan Fox trying to sell sex. Sex and camp.
As I say, both things can be true.
And then Cruel Intentions, just because it's like,
yes, opens legs.
It's just so wild. And I know they're like making a TV show, or there is a TV show of it, but like you have to see this weird movie with like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Lochte, right?
Wait a second. Is Cruel Intentions, maybe I haven't seen Cruel Intentions either. Are they like school kids?
Yeah. So they're like Manhattan, like rich school kids. And they are stepbrother and stepsister who are making all these weird, evil plans to fucking ruin each other's lives.
There was a show about it. It got canceled though.
It got canceled. Why? Because people didn't want to see whether these step siblings could win a bet to fuck each other or get a car.
I don't know why. I don't know why it got canceled, but I think it was just like a reboot that didn't work.
I mean,
ultimately,
the original is so wild, especially watching with Jennifer's Body, like seeing these movies that came out like 20 years apart and being like, damn, America is just obsessed with like horny, bicurious teenagers, aren't we? That is so weird. And then,
I mean, yes, that was the plot line of Pretty Little Liars, I feel like.
See, that can fit into bisexual movie night, even though it's a TV show. We'll allow it. We're not like Disney Mount Rushmore purists about bisexual movie night.
Can we talk about that? People kind of went off on our Disney, our Drag Race Mount Rushmore. I'm kind of living about it.
I knew they would, because like everyone, especially, this is for you, the fans. Your opinions are basic. They're boring.
Can you please
if your list comprises of like the 3-4 most popular Drag Race winners, I'm like, girl, I shouldn't be on any lists either. I'm not.
Why
in
you
that.
were on Ariana Grande's list, please, bitch, please.
And that's why I shouldn't be on any list, because I'm on the list that counts, girl.
Oh wow, drag.
Like, yeah, you're telling me that literally. See, anytime I saw, like, no shade, anytime I saw like Trixie's name on a list, I was like, girl, you cannot put somebody on a drag Mount Rushmore if they sucked at Drag Race every time they went on. She
drag me. You're dragging me. I literally had her.
It's
on
not.
My
She's
list.
Girl. She's admitted it. She's admitted it. She's like, oh, girl, no, I sucked at Drag Race. I'm just one of the best business people, like RuPaul, and I'm smart and funny and beautiful.
Mean you sucked at Drag Race? I don't know. I think that means you actually ate at Drag Race.
She ate at post Drag Race.
Anyway,
that's like being like, your post nut cuddles are so great. That was such a good sex. But you don't do that.
Anyway, that was a great show. Thank you, Jay Kay, for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate you. We are obsessed with you. And I'm so excited about next week because we have the one and only On Your Nerves. Finally. finally joining the show. Oh my God, finally. So we have a lot to get into with her as well. So stick around. We'll see you next week. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things on YouTube. And then, of course, follow us on Instagram at HighKey here, on TikTok at HighKey here. Even though we kind of got locked out of our TikTok page and we haven't been able to get it. So we're kind of figuring that out. But still give us a follow.
Spam TikTok for us. Tell them, let us in.
Help us out. No, but seriously, follow us on Instagram. We are really trying to hit a goal over there, and we're excited that y'all love watching the show over there too. So, see you soon. Bye.
See you next week, bitches and respectable women.